Becoming a Pokemon Master is not an easy task. Everyone stumbles once in a while. So here are the 5 times that I got stuck in Pokemon Red and Blue. Number 5. Old Man and the Coffee. The old man in Viridian City needs his coffee and will not move until you get a certain item. But what could that item be? I remember walking around Viridian City not knowing what to do. I even came back to Pallet Town a few times, thinking that I must have missed something. So because the old man stopped me from moving forward, I started going left on Route 22, until the guy inside the building told me that I cannot pass without a gym badge. So I came back to Viridian City and started talking to every NPC and going inside all the buildings. And that's when the guy in the Pokemart told me to deliver a package to Professor Oak. And so I did and got the Pokédex. And because I got the Pokédex, the old man in Viridian City moved out of the way. To think, if Oak just told us to look out for the package, all this confusion wouldn't have happened. Number 4. The Snorlax situation. To get to Fuchsia City, you need to get past Snorlax. To get past Snorlax, you need to wake it up. To wake it up, you need the Pokeflute from Mr. Fuji. But Mr. Fuji is trapped in the Pokemon Tower, and you can't get in because of the ghost. And to get past the ghost, you need an item from Giovanni. But where is Giovanni? It took me a really long time to find Giovanni because just like in Viridian City, I started talking to every NPC. Unlike Viridian City, there are a lot of people in Celadon City. After talking to everybody, I decided to go to the game corner, where I met this suspicious rocket grunt telling me not to touch the poster. So I did, and the stairway to Giovanni's hideout opened up, and then came excitement and joy because I was able to continue my journey. Number 3. A drink for the guard. Due to Saffron City being the place where the climax with Team Rocket occurs, it makes sense that you can't enter the city until you have most of your gym badges. But Saffron City is in between Vermilion, Cerulean, Lavender, and Celadon City, so there are 4 ways you could enter the city, and every time I tried to enter, the guard at the city's gate just stopped me. And because of that, I didn't know when it would be the right time to go into the city, so I just started catching new Pokemon, training the ones that I liked, and just started exploring Kanto. After days of doing everything except for continuing the journey, I ended up on the roof of the department store in Celadon City and found a vending machine. After getting the fresh water for the guard, I was able to enter Saffron City, get my gym badge, and stop Team Rocket. Number 2. Getting HM3 from the Safari Zone. After Sabrina, the next gym leader is on Cinnabar Island. And to get to Cinnabar Island, you need to have HM Surf. And getting HM Surf is probably one of the most frustrating things in the Gen 1 Pokemon games. HM Surf is deep within the Safari Zone, and unless you know where you're going, you will most likely run out of your 500 steps and end your session in the Safari Zone. But I didn't even know that HM Surf was in the Safari Zone, so I was stuck with 6 gym badges for a very long time. But I was very determined to beat the game, and so I kept coming back, and was trying to figure out what to do next. Eventually, after searching for a very long time, I ended up finding the secret house in the Safari Zone and got the HM Surf. I feel like most of these issues wouldn't have happened if I had access to the internet, but I didn't, and so the issue with number 1 on the list ended up being worse than it should have been. Number 1. The tree is blocking my way. In the Gen 1 games, to use an HM to get rid of obstacles, you need to go up to the object, click on your Pokemon, select the Pokemon that has the HM, and use the HM to remove the obstacle. Now, after beating Misty, I couldn't even find HM1. And when I did find HM1, I couldn't figure out the process of using the HM. And so all my Pokemon were over-leveled because I didn't know what to do, so I just trained. At one point, I even thought that I made a mistake because I couldn't go back to Mount Moon or back to SSN. I remember deleting my save file and starting a new game so that I wouldn't make the same mistake. But when I came to Vermilion City, I still couldn't figure out how to get past the tree. And so I put down the game and didn't come back for weeks. Luckily around that time I had Pokemon Emerald, so I started playing that. And Emerald, because it was more modern, did a better job at teaching me the mechanics of the Pokemon games. And so after learning how to use HMs, I went back to Pokemon Blue and cut down the tree near the gym in Vermilion City. So where did you get stuck in a Pokemon game? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, that is all for this video. I'll be back with another video soon, so stay tuned!